Today I'm taking a break from Hebrews. I've been preaching on Hebrews, and I promised Hebrews, but today we're taking a break.
我哋一直咧都講緊希伯來書嘅，但係今日咧就講下第二啲嘢先。
And I want to talk on a topic today.
今日咧就我哋用一個題目嚟講嘅。
And this I'm doing this because last week I went to camp.
點解有呢個想法咧？係因為上個星期咧 Scott 咧就去咗一個營會。
And I got to think about the theme of camp, and I'm going to borrow that theme and talk about that this morning.
覺得個主題好好喎，咁所以就同大家分享下。
And that topic is hungry.
咁個主題係咩啊？就係飢餓。
That was our theme of camp.
就係佢哋主題個營會嘅主題喎，係咪要肚捱餓㗎？佢哋有冇飯食？
Well, when you go to camp, here's what mealtime at camp in Hong Kong looks like. Shut off the lights.
The meals are disgusting.
I disagree.
Disagree or agree?
No, one day, I'm sure some people work very hard to make these meals.
咁嗱，雖然咧有啲人去批評話唔好食啦，但係其實咧都係有人好用心咁樣煮出嚟嘅。
And I'm sure it's hard to make a good meal for so many people.
哇！你一次過要煮咁多人嘅飯喎，真係要好辛苦。
I admit that it was not really, super good.
咁啊，Scott 咧都承認都唔係真係非常之好食嘅。
More along the lines of airline food or hospital food.
真係好少。咁啊，嗰個質素咧係介乎飛機餐同埋醫院餐之間啦。咁啊真係好難食。
Anyway, it was food. It was food, and it filled us up. It was food, and it filled us up.
嗱，健康好唔好食啦？佢始終都係食物嚟嘅，食得飽人嘅。
But I'm spoiled.
但係咧，阿 Scott 咧就俾人縱壞咗。
I'm used to Evelyn's good cooking.
咁啊，佢老婆煮餸好食噶嘛。
And I could not wait to get home.
所以就好想翻屋企食飯啊。
To have some of that good cooking.
咁啊，食啲好嘢嘛，翻屋企就可以。
How about you?
你又點咧
When you're hungry, what do you eat?
你肚餓嘅時候，你食乜嘢啊？
I had a word to count. When you're really hungry, what do you eat?
真係好肚餓嘅時候，你食啲乜嘢？
What?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
啊！你真係好肚餓嗰時會食雪糕嘅。
Flowers.
You eat flowers.
可能食花草啦，係嘛？
Here's what I go for. Heavy torture. One of these.
睇得唔食得好慘喎。哇！好彩我唔中意食呢啲嘢啫。
I haven't seen anything I don't like yet.
哇！如果真係有咁大個就好啦。
The mayo, but
如果真係有咁大個就教我哋教會食啦。
Can you tell that an American chose those pictures? Can you tell that an American chose those pictures?
你睇頭先嗰啲相就知道係個美國佬揀㗎啦，嗰啲相。
Here's a token picture for you Asians. This is what the kids at camp, before and after any meal, would go to get. Noodles.
哦，咁咧去 camp 嘅時候咧，大家啲小朋友咧喺餐同餐之間咧都會好想食杯麵嘅。
Now, what if we don't have food? What happens?
如果我哋冇嘢食，咁點算咧？飲水啊！
You get skinny.
就會瘦啦，係嘛？
Do we need food?
我哋需唔需要食物啊？
This is an actor who went on a fast for a movie.
哦，咁咧呢張相咧係一個演員嚟嘅，佢特登咧去為咗套戲減肥啊，
And he
唔食
didn't
嘢。
eat on purpose, and he became very, very skinny.
佢就因為套戲啦，所以佢就特登唔食嘢，等到自己好瘦啦。
That's what happens when we don't have food for our bodies. We get really skinny. We may starve. We'll get unhealthy, and we may die.
當我哋咧冇嘢食啦，或者唔食嘢嘅時候咧，我哋會首先會瘦啦，然後咧我哋會去到一個即係餓死啦，最後。係啦，我哋會瘦啦，身體會有出現毛病啦，然後咧會餓死啊。
No one chooses this unless they have a really good reason. I'm sure he made a lot of money, but normally we don't choose not to eat.
通常咧，我哋肚餓就會食嘢啦，我哋唔會特登唔食嘢嘅，除非咧係為咗一啲特別嘅原因。
Now our bodies need food, but we're not just made up of a body.
我哋嘅身體咧需要食物啦，但係我哋唔單止咧係有身體嘅喎。
Is that all there is of you? Just the body?
你係咪淨係得個身體咧？
We also have a spirit.
我哋仲有一個靈喎。
Do you know what that means?
知唔知咩叫靈啊？
Is that a spirit? So our spirit used to be called in English a long time ago used to be called our ghost.
唔係前面嗰嚿啦，後邊嗰咁就係。
Have an inner pumpkin.
咁樣咧我哋會有幾個叫法啦，靈魂啊，或者咩鬼魂啊咁樣啦。
An old English phrase, giving up the ghost. What does that mean?
有個英文嘅
young guys know what
英文嘅
giving up the
講法啦
ghost
，giving up
means?
the ghost。
That's
點
another.
解咧？
Yes. What does that mean?
哦。
Sleeping with the fishes.
What does that mean? Without an idiom, can you say it in plain English? It means you die. You die.
Give up your ghost.
Giving up the ghost.
Giving up the ghost 就係咧死嘅意思啦。
Okay, so what is your spirit really?
其實你個靈係即係咩咧？
I just thought of this by myself. It's part of us that doesn't stay in our bodies when we die.
咁我哋呢個咧就係 Scott 寫出嚟嘅，就係講到靈係啲乜嘢？就係當我哋死嘅時候咧，唔再存留喺我哋身體裏邊嘅嘢啦。
It leaves our body.
佢會離開我哋身體嘅。
You could say it's some kind of inside part of us that our mind, our memories, our feelings, our thinking.
咁我哋嘅靈咧就係我哋靈喺我哋裏邊啦，有我哋嘅記憶啊，我哋嘅感受啊，我哋嘅思想啊咁樣。
And our spirit needs food too. Did you know that?
你知唔知我哋嘅靈都要食嘢㗎？
Did you know that?
你知唔知㗎？
Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. And most of us are feeding our spirit, whether we realize it or not. We're feeding our spirit.
其實咧，唔知你無論你係咪為意都好啦，你咧都係直接或者間接咁樣餵養緊你個靈。
So maybe you didn't know that you had a spirit. Maybe you didn't know that your spirit needs food. Even if you didn't know all of that, you're still busy feeding it without knowing it.
好，首先係幾樣嘢啦。你可能唔知道自己有個靈啦，你都可能唔知道咧，你個靈係都會需要食物嘅喎。但係就算你唔知呢啲嘢都好啦，你咧都係有意無意咁樣餵養緊自己嘅靈魂嘅喎。
Okay, just think about that for a minute. Without knowing it, without realizing it, you and I, everybody, is feeding their spirit.
你可以諗下喎，無論你係有意或者無意咧，你係餵養緊你自己嘅靈魂嘅。
But what's the obvious question then next? If you're feeding your spirit, what's the next question?
既然咧你係餵養緊你嘅靈魂啊，你估唔估到下一條問題我問你啲咩咧？
What? Anyone? That's a question. Those weird sausages in plastic. Anything you buy at 7-Eleven. Circle K.
我哋知道乜嘢係垃圾食物啦，幾乎咧你喺便利店買到嘅所有食物咧都係垃圾食物嚟嘅。
But your spirit has junk food too. Here's an example. Entertainment.
嗱，你嘅靈魂咧都係有垃圾食物嘅。第一啦就係一啲娛樂啦。
Music, books, video games, a certain game on your phone.
電影啦、音樂啦、書啦、打機嗰啲遊戲啦。
Yeah, so you shouldn't play it.
The day you stop eating. instant noodles, I will stop playing Candy Crush. No, you're right. Too much is not good. You're right.
垃圾食物咧食得太多咧就對身體冇益嘅。
Here's one: adrenaline rush, competition.
未見過呢個字喎。
You know what that means? Some people are out for a thrill, like riding a roller coaster.
Yeah. 係
嗰啲咧刺激嘅嘢喎。
Some people live to do things that give them an adrenaline rush, living on the edge.
嗱，有啲乜嘢係對你嘅靈唔好嘅垃圾食物咧？嗱，第二樣咧就係一啲刺激到你嘅嘢啦，係令到你緊張嘅，例如一啲競爭啦咁樣。
Maybe that's a sports competition.
咁可能係一個運動比賽。
Now, I'm not saying this stuff is. I'm saying it's just like junk food. Junk food, I eat a little bit, but too much is bad.
就好似咧其他嘅垃圾食品一樣啦，食得多就冇益嘅。咁我哋唔係講緊呢啲頭先我哋提過嘅所有嘢，都係即係絕對唔可以做嘅。但係咧，即係過多咧就即係對身體唔好。
So don't have a misunderstanding here. I want to repeat that. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't mean that if you play Candy Crush a little bit, or if you watch movies some, or if you go on a roller coaster once a year, that's wrong. I'm not saying that.
我哋唔係講緊咧話我哋有陣時去睇下戲啊，或者玩下電視遊戲啊，又或者係間唔中玩下過山車啊，係唔好嘅。咁啊間中咧係冇問題。
But I'm saying if this is the regular food for your spirit, it's unhealthy.
但係如果你嘅靈咧恒常咁樣去接觸呢一啲垃圾食物啊，咁就係唔健康。
If your spirit is hungry and you feed it with these kind of things as the main food, that's unhealthy.
如果你嘅靈咧食得最多嘅就係呢一啲嘢啦，咁就絕對唔健康啦，因為你嘅靈係會肚餓噶嘛，你係要餵佢食嘢嘅喎。
Some people feed their spirit by getting drunk or getting high.
有啲人咧點樣去餵養佢嘅靈啊？就係咧令到自己飲醉酒啦，令到自己咧好興奮啊！
Some people feed their soul with their relationship with their friends or romantic relationships.
有啲人咧佢用啲咩餵佢嘅靈啊？就係用友誼啦，去用一啲浪漫嘅愛情啦。
Physical pleasure is a way to feed the soul, feed the spirit.
又或者咧令到自己個身體好愉快啦，好舒服嘅嘢啦。
Some people chase after knowledge as a way to feed their spirit.
有啲人咧就係不停咁樣去追求一啲知識咧，但係其實都係對於靈嚟講咧係一個垃圾食物嚟嘅喎。
Some people feed their spirit by working, workaholic.
有啲人咧就係工作狂嚟嘅，就係用呢一樣嘢咧去餵養佢嘅靈魂。
Now all of these, well, we need to talk about a staple food. Do you know what your staple food means?
Rice.
Not eating staples, no. 主食。
主食，主要嘅食物。
Yeah, what's the staple food here?
喺香港咧，主要嘅食物咧就係飯啦。
What's the staple food in other countries?
Potatoes.
Potatoes could be, yeah.
係啦，有一啲地方就係主要係食薯仔啦，有啲係食麵啊咁樣。
Bread,
麵包啊。
those are kind of staple food.
呢
Now,
啲係某一啲國家嘅人嘅主要嘅食糧啦。
here's my point. If you make these your staple food for your spirit, it's unhealthy.
頭先咧，我哋列嗰啲嘢咧，如果佢係你靈魂嘅主要食糧咧，咁就係唔健康。
Now, have you ever read Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament?
你有冇讀過舊約聖經嘅傳道書啊？
King Solomon had all those things and more.
所羅門王咧，佢咩都有噶啦。
He had Candy Crush.
佢都有得玩打機嘅喎。
Okay. No, he didn't have Candy Crush. But
He had roller coasters.
he had all kinds of entertainment of the time that he wanted.
咁啊講笑啦，佢當然冇得打機啦，但係咧以佢嘅財力同權力咧，佢想要乜嘢娛樂都有嘅。
He tried pleasure, work, and gaining of knowledge, all of those things.
佢試過係用辦法令到佢個身體好愉快啦，又或者咧去追尋知識啦，又或者係努力工作，即係工作瘋狂咁樣工作啦，去餵養佢嘅靈魂。
And in the end, his conclusion was that it was meaningless. It was crazy.
但係最後咧，佢得出個結論就係做呢啲一切咧都係虛空嘅。
So you don't have to try it for yourself.
所以咧，你唔使下下都自己經歷過㗎。
If you're wise, you can listen to a wise man and learn from it, and you don't have to make those kind of mistakes.
如果咧你係有智慧嘅話咧，你就會聽一啲智慧人嘅説話啦。你唔需要咧下下經歷咗之後先知道人哋講嘅嘢係啱。
And I think these things are meaningless because they will only satisfy your spirit temporarily.
點解我哋會話呢啲嘢虛空啊？因為佢只能夠咧滿足一時間咧滿足你嘅靈魂。
So it's possible for your physical body on the outside to look like this.
嗱，你可以咧係生得咁靚仔靚女㗎。
But on the inside, your spirit looks like this.
但係你裏邊咧，你出邊可以靚仔靚女喎，你裏邊嗰個靈魂可以係生得咁嘅樣嘅喎。
Okay? It's two separate things. Your physical body and your spirit.
你要知道咧，你嘅軀體啦，同埋你靈嘅健康咧係兩回事嚟㗎。
You might have a healthy body, good looks, physically strong.
你可以係身材健美、英俊瀟灑。
But meanwhile, your spirit is starving.
但係你嘅靈咧可以係咧餓到得返排骨喎。
Or your spirit can be like this, or it can be obese because you're feeding it with all kinds of junk spiritual food.
又或者咧，你嘅靈咧黐肥喎，因為咧你就執晒佢食啲垃圾食物啦。
Now, let me go back. Your spirit's going to look awful like this unless you regularly feed your spirit with the one spiritual superfood.
你點樣可以去避免咧？你嘅靈係黐肥或者得返棚骨啊？你就要恆常，即係要有習慣地將一啲好嘅嘢去餵養你嘅靈魂。
Front row, what's the spiritual superfood?
錯。Superfood 喎 ，super food 喎。
Anybody? Come on.
可能
Gaming.
可能呢一行嘅小朋友會答得，
They're saying the Bible. The back row says Bible.
可能前面嗰啲小朋友會答得啱啲。有啲咩係對靈好
What's
嘅
your
食物
spiritual
啊？
superfood?
Gaming.
It's not chocolate. It's not avocado.
It's gaming. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
就係耶穌基督啦。
The one spiritual superfood to feed your spirit on is Jesus.
耶穌咧就係能夠餵養你靈魂最好嘅食物。
How can we spiritually eat
我
Jesus?
哋點樣恆常咁樣食咗耶穌落肚咧？
Well, if he's a spiritual food, we have to eat him.
點食啊？
Not literally. Figuratively, we eat him.
咁當然啦，係象徵嘅講法啦。
How? Well, talk to him.
首先咧就係同佢傾偈啦，同佢講嘢啦，
Special word, pray. Talk to him.
即係話去祈禱啦。
Pray. Read about him.
我哋去讀關於佢嘅事啦，即係話睇聖經。
Listen to, sing worship songs.
聽啦，或者咧唱啦敬拜嘅詩歌。
Come to church.
嚟到教會啦。
The church is also described as Jesus' body.
因為咧聖經話俾我哋聽咧，教會咧就係基督嘅身體。
So when we come here, we're just being part of his body.
我哋咧嚟到教會啦，我哋係成為教會一員咧，即係成為基督身體嘅一部分。
Spiritual food is the things you think about.
靈魂嘅食物咧，就係一啲你成日思想嘅嘢啊。
So to spiritually eat Jesus, you think about him.
所以咧，你去多啲去思想關於耶穌嘅嘢。
Now, I especially want to say, I knew you guys would be down here today, and I especially want to say this because young people, maybe at your age, you're going to be finding different ways to feed your spirit.
今日咧特登咧係即係講俾我哋啲年青人聽嘅，因為咧我哋知道咧喺呢一個歲數啦，或者呢一段時間咧，佢哋會用好多辦法咧去餵養佢哋自己嘅靈魂嘅。
You're not little kids anymore.
因為佢哋唔再係小朋友啦。
And subconsciously maybe you're going to start to feel this spiritual hunger.
佢哋咧會感受到咧，佢哋嘅靈魂咧，佢哋嘅思想咧覺得好飢餓。
And you may not recognize it for what it is, but you'll feel that hunger, and you're going to start eating different kinds of spiritual foods.
可能佢哋自己都唔為意啊，但係咧就會執啲嘢俾自己個靈魂度食啦。
And you're going to try different kinds.
好想試下唔同嘅嘢。
Suddenly it's like you have a buffet of spiritual food that you never had before.
佢哋嚟到呢個歲數咧，好似咧就係食緊自助餐咁啊！突然間，哇，見到好多嘢從來未食過嘅。
And you're gonna eat the spiritual sushi for a while.
佢哋可能好想食呢個哇靈魂壽司啊。
And you get tired of that.
咁啊，可能食厭咗啦。
And it's not really satisfying, and then you're gonna go over to the spiritual macaroni and cheese.
覺得唔夠啦，我想食第二樣嘢就食。另外一啲芝士通粉
And that's not getting. And some of you are going to go off the deep end and try the spiritual oyster.
Spiritual oyster.
The spiritual chips and fries.
可能咧會食一啲靈裏邊嘅垃圾啦，即係薯片啊、零食啊咁樣。
It makes your spirit fat and sick.
令到咧你嘅靈魂咧又肥又病啊。
Some of you are going to go the other way, and you're going to eat the spiritual granola bars.
咩嚟㗎？哦，唔該晒。咁啊，係咯，唔該嘅。咁咧就係可能咧有啲人就唔係啦，我唔食呢啲垃圾食品啊，我食一啲靈裏邊嘅健康食品啊。
What's a granola bar?
高纖嘅。
Nature Valley.
Pseudo healthy food.
Pseudo fake.
即係咩唔好食嘅健康。
Ostensibly healthy.
係啊，非常之健康，唔係啊。
On the surface.
哦
It looks good. It's in a green package.
睇起上嚟係健康嘅食物。
The company name is Health Food Farms.
咁可能嗰間公司叫做健康食品公
And it's
司啦。
25% sugar.
但係咧就好多糖嘅。
What's that? That's a spirit. So I'm saying some of you are going to go off one way. Some are going to go the other way and be good students and work hard and study and get a good job. And this is the pseudo-healthy spiritual food.
頭先我哋講到有一啲人咧，可能咧就會為自己食一啲垃圾食品啦，但係咧有一啲人咧就會係另一個方向嘅，係表面上睇嚟好似好健康咁喎，又乖啦，又讀書啦，又揾到好工喎。
So don't waste years and tears on these things.
但係咧都提醒你啦，頭先我哋提到一啲對於靈唔好嘅食物啊，就係、我哋真係唔想你嘥時間嘥力量咧，係喺嗰啲事情嗰度。
Sorry, that should be what. That shouldn't be when. It should be what. When. Okay. I'm going to go back and make my sentence in English complete. Don't waste years and tears on these when your spirit is really hungry for Jesus.
如果你嘅靈，我唔應該話如果啊，其實你嘅靈咧，即係會係好飢餓，好飢餓，但係其實只有耶穌基督先能夠去滿足到你嘅靈嘅需要嘅。我哋係唔想你去嘥時間、嘥你嘅精力 係去追尋嗰啲娛樂啊，追尋工作啊，追尋嗰啲嘢去麻醉自己。你以為你自己嘅靈魂係需要嗰啲嘢？
You know, we have a small room here, and I cannot help but notice when someone laughs at my points.
我哋咧唔係好多人啦，所以咧如果有人唔同意嘅話咧，其實我哋都會睇到嘅。
This is not a joke slide.
唔係講笑嘅喎。
Slides to laugh at, but this is not one of them.
有一啲咧，我哋會講笑嘅，我哋真係會講笑，但係呢一個重點咧，絕對唔係講笑嘅。
You know, I hope you believe what I'm saying. I hope.
係啦，我希望咧你真係去相信咧我所講嘅嘢。
But I can't make you.
但係我唔可以逼你。
But I'm giving you this idea, and you can think about it.
我俾你有呢一個想法，你可以仔細去思考一
And you
下。
think this is a joke? Okay, then you're going to be trying, know it or not. You're going to be trying all the other ways to satisfy your spirit.
如果你唔同意嘅話咧，冇問題嘅。只不過我哋唔想你到頭來都係發覺自己係即係自己咧去揾一啲唔好嘅嘢去餵養你嘅靈魂。
I pray that you don't waste too much time on spiritual junk food before you find the real good spiritual food.
真係好希望你唔好嘥太多嘅時間先至發現到原來咧乜嘢先係對你嘅靈魂係好嘅。
Here's a verse from Psalm. Taste and see that the Lord is good.
詩篇咧第34篇8節咧，佢講到話，我哋要親自去體驗喎。嗰個英文咧就係話，你去嘗試下啦，嗰個味道啦，去睇清楚啦。神咧係好嘅。
I'll say to you, and others in this church would also say to you, it's our testimony to you that the Lord is good. We've tasted and He is good.
我哋真係親自去體驗過，我哋知道上帝係好嘅，所以我哋好希望你都能夠去經歷到。
Encourage and invite you to do this too. Taste and see that the Lord is good.
我哋鼓勵你去試下啦，用你嘅味覺，用你嘅視覺，即係你真係去親身去經歷下上帝係有幾好。
Okay, let's prepare for our communion time.
讓我哋咧去預備領受聖餐。